Hello everyone, this is Naitik and today we are going to make our new project which will be Node app, web app using PHP and MySQL database. So first of all let me start my Jam server. So you can see I have started my Jam server. Then now let me open my IDE. So okay, so now let me open my project folder. So first let me set up everything. So we need bootstrap. I'm going to use bootstrap. To make our login page, submit page, data submit page, and the data table, everything we are going to make through bootstrap. So from introduction, let me copy this. So yeah, now let me come into my IDE. So the first thing we will make will be our index.php. Everybody knows that. And the second thing will be our header.php. So inside header.php, I'm going to paste this. Okay. Yes. The third thing we're going to make will be database.php. Every work of backend is going to be inside this. My English is very poor, so don't mind. Login.php, signup.php, and the last one will be logout.php. So now what we are going to do, first of all let me get inside my header.php and just remove this hello world and then search for navbar. So now just copy this navbar and paste this here. So P, S. So now let's check localhost, sorry, project, set project. So we can see our navbar is set. So now let me come inside my index.php and now we are going to include our header file here. So include header.php. So now if we go in our index page, we can see our navbar here. So after adding navbar, what we are going to add will be the form page through which we are going to insert the data. So forms. So for now just copy this and div.container. This is a class of bootstrap. So just call this our nodes. After this, remove div.container. Here we are going to paste our form. So now if we check our index page, our nodes, email, password. So now for now leave this and now come to our localhost php my admin. Okay, then something is wrong. See, estimate why. Okay, so now let me make a database here. So the database name will be crowd app, crowd, and inside this the table name will be So what we need, the first thing will be the id column, the second column will be title, the third column will be intent, and the fourth column will be date. So the data type of title will be varchar content2 date time, current timestamp, auto increment, primary key set. Okay, so save this. Okay, so we have to save the length of content, so 1000. So now what we are going to do, we are going inside our database.php file, and we are just going to connect our PHP script to the PHP server my admin. So we are going to make server equals to localhost. After this we are going to make username, which will be root by default for the jam server. The password will be empty. The third thing will be our database, and the database name is third. So now we are going to make connection equals to mysql connect, after that server username password database. So now if connection is established, just echo. What we are going to echo will be connected, else echo fail to connect. So now let's check either we are connected or not. Database to PHP, so connected. So now we are connected to our database. So yeah, now let's come to our index.php, and now we have to set the action to database.php, and the method equals to post, and the button name will be our submit. So yeah, now the email will be not email, this will be simple text, and this is required to fill, and the name will be equals to title. So the second field will be our content. So let me change it here to title content, content, and name equals to content. So don't make this it, just remove this, remove this too. So now if you see title and the content, so actually we are going to use example text area for the content. Ctrl C, just remove this part, this Ctrl V, and the name will be content, and this will not be example text area, this will be our content. Okay, so now what we are going to do, md45, and here also we are going to do the same thing, md45 text center. Let's see what is going to happen. Okay, text center. So this md45 is not working. Why so? काम त गर्नुपर्ने हो तर गरिरहेको छैन। Okay, so when you submit this, please fill out the form. Okay, so now let's go to database, and now what we are going to do, simply we are going to give a condition if is set $_post is submit. You can remember we have given the button name as submit. So if is set is submit, so what we are going to do, we are going to grab the title equals to post title, and the next thing we are going to grab will be our content equals to $_post content. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to insert this data into our database, the data which we are going to grab from our form. Okay, so this will be insert into table name CRUD, and then here is title. The next thing we are going to fill will be our content, and the values will be $title, and the next value will be our content. So naitik content. And now what we are going to do is we are going to do a query. Query equals to mysql. Here we have a query, so let me change this to queries. Query, and what we are going to give here will be the connection and then the insert. Okay, so insert, and now what we are going to do is so for now, if query, sorry, here is queries, if the query is successful, echo successfully inserted, else echo failed to insert. Okay, yes. So now refresh this. Now what I'm going to do is checking. We are checking database. Okay, so if I submit this, failed to insert. Okay, so it is failed to insert. Let's see why. So insert into CRUD, values is title, content, CRUD. Okay, sorry, CRUD is our database name, table name is node. Okay, so we have to give our table name there. checking database, submit, successfully inserted. So now if I come here and check my node, so we can see checking database. So now the next thing we are going to do is data table, just tables. So now tables, and I'm just going to copy this, come here into index.php. So after the form div, we are going to give one more div. So div.container, inside this will be our table as. So just let's see how it's going to look. Okay, so first of all let me correct everything. So the first thing will be our id, okay, and the next thing will be our title, content, and then action. In action we are going to add edit or delete button. And now let's see how this looks. Okay, so id, title, content, action. So I know everybody knows that we can find this notes CRUD app in YouTube. So many videos are there, but the main logic I have made for this note app is, in other videos we can see like if naitik is logging inside this node app, and if he is adding something to this node, and then if jack is logging inside this node app, so jack can also access those data. Okay, so my main logic is to give some personal tables to different users. Unlimited user, unlimited table, they have their personal tables. So this is the main logic I have made for this node app. So now what we are going to do after this, we are going to add php, okay, and then first let me remove this, and here we are going to end this php. Okay, so now php while, okay, so I have to firstly remove this connected successfully, and these two. After this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to include database.php. Database.php, and now what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to make a query, select equals to select all from so this is going to select everything from that, and then we are going to qer equals to my sql query, and we are going to connection, and next thing we are going to query is select. Okay, so php. So now after this, while we are going to make our result equals to mysql page array, and inside this we are going to pass qer. Okay, I'm going to get a variable called id equals to 0 for the id for this id, because see, if I'm going to show the id from the database, so as we know, if you delete 2, so the next query will be 1 2 3. So if I delete 3 and if we add a query, the query will be, the column will be 4, not 3 again. Okay, so for this I'm going to give this id equals to 0 and I'm going to add this id here. So we are going to increment this id, so $i plus plus. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, okay, so I'm going to add, so so and okay, so here we will not show this id. Okay, control s s. So what is wrong here? I think this will be this. This really confuses me a lot. I don't know who made this, but this is really very confusing. Okay, every time I'm confused with this concatenation. So the next one is our show title, title. So we are going to show the title from inside our database. The next thing we are going to cover as a show, and we are going to say content, control s, undefined variable I in line 50. Okay. Okay, it's not I. Okay, it's id. So now you can see 0 checking database. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this 1. Okay, so now if we see here, id is 1 checking, this data is coming from our this database, checking database. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going inside my database, and now what, after query, what is going to happen is simply, first let me move this comments. So see, if query is successful, so bro, what you are going to do is you are simply going to do header, and you are going to provide a location, and the location will be index.php. Okay, else fail to insert data, control s. So now if I refresh this and if I write hello checking second time, and if I do submit, so you can see hello checking second time. So we have made a data, our nodes table successfully, our nodes have successfully. So now what we are going to add is we are going to add action. Okay, so let me come inside my, where is my index? Okay, so my index is here. So what is going to happen? Simply here we are going to add a href equals to, and then when we click on delete, the location will be for our, I think, database.php. Okay, and then we are going to pass a variable $id equals to, so now we are going to provide a variable href. First, let me close this tab, delete. Okay, so first of all let me check. Okay, error. Good. So when I click on delete, this goes to database.php. So now what we are going to add here is question mark, and then $ids equals to dollar $show, and this will be the id. Okay, control s. So now, like, if I click on this, okay, so the id is not coming here. So why? So let's check. Yes. Now if I come here, I reload this. Now if I click OK, so now you can see the id is 2. Okay, now what if I remove this? So I'm just experimenting this. I am also new to this. Okay, so don't mind. Okay, so one, so what I have to do here is, okay, control s, So now everything is wrong. So let me experiment this. What is this? Okay, then it's a array of database, the PHP. Oh my god, what is this now? Sit. Oh god. Phew. Now what is this, man? So just let me check. What the heck is this? Okay. So now I think what we have. Hmm? Okay, then I'm fucked up. So now I'm also confused. Really, these strings are really creepy. HR of database.php. Okay, so till now this is fine. So when we are throwing this to database.php, okay, so why we are throwing this to database.php instead this we are going to do this index.php. So now we are getting one. So I have to add a variable here. How man, how? This is not fair. Shit. Please walk. Sit. I'm getting the ID, but I'm unable to get. Oh, shit, man. How can I crack this? No, no, no. Dollar ideas equals to. Okay, so let's check if this works or not. Okay, actually, I have just forgotten how to do this. So pass variables in HRA. Okay, so okay, so according to this, I was wrong. This will just be like this, and here will be this, and then dot. Okay, so now if and refresh and if I click this, okay, so IDS equals to 1. Oh my god. So now what we are going to do is we will go inside our database, and then if so now this time we are going to do some operation with get method, not post. Okay, so is set, if is set dollar underscore get, and what we are going to get is the IDS. Okay, we are going to get the IDS. So dollar ID equals to dollar underscore get IPS, and then what we are going to do, we are going to do a query. Del query equals to delete all from node where id equals to dollar id. Okay, delete all from node where id equals to id, and then we are going to make a query. MySQL query, and then we are going to query connection, and then we are going to pass the table. So now what we are going to do, we are going to refresh this, and now if I click on this delete, so okay, nothing happened. Why so? Okay, because this is on index.php, this will be on database.php. And yeah, one more thing, after deleting, so if $q is successful, so what we are going to do, we are going to do header, and then we are going to do location will be index.php. Okay, and else what we are going to do is we are going to simply echo fail to remove. So now if I come here and if I reload this, fail to remove, fuck you. Okay, this is because I have to load this again. Okay, so now if I click on delete, fail to remove, Okay, delete all from node. I think I have done some mistake in the query for this. Let me delete this. Okay, so actually there will be no all. Okay, control S. So now if I come here, if I do this, if I add hello world, and if I delete this, you can see now we have added the delete functionality into our node app. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to make a login system. Okay, the most important part of our node app. So first of all, come here onto CRUD, make a new table called sign sign. Here will be SNO, after that user, email, password. Okay, so I'm not going to add date here. So SNO, user, email, password. So let's add one more column, date. Bani by secure, varchar date time, auto increment 3 से 55, 3 से 55, 3 से 55, current timestamp, everything's fine, just save this. Okay, something else. Okay, so now we have made one more table called SNO, user, email, password, date. Okay, so now let's come to our header file. Now what we are going to do is we are going to add login. Okay, just remove this as, let's check this has been removed or not. Okay, so home login disable. So we are going to enable that, don't worry. And this disable will be for sign up php login.php, see logout.php, logout, sign up, and login, logout, sign up. Active, active, active. So now if I reload, so home login, empty, sign up, logout. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are just going to add PHP, not add, we are going to include header dot PHP. Okay, then we will include database.php. So now just copy this, C, E. Okay, so not in logout. Logout is going to directly destroy everything, every session and all. So now you go to login, php and php file saver. Now if I reload this, okay. So in login, sign up, and in logout there is nothing, okay? Because when we click on logout, this will redirect us to login page. So now what is going to happen is the login system. We are going to make the login system. So form, okay. So just copy this, come here, login, take dot container h1 login here. So now let's see how this looks like. Login here, okay. So after this, what we are going to do, we are going to add a naitik. After adding this page, we are going to paste our form in here, email, password. So this will not be email, okay. Email is okay. So what we are going to do, okay, email. So this will be text and the name will be username. You will never share your username with anyone else. Password control S. Okay, username, password, submit. So md5 md5 username, password, okay. So after this we are going to add the name equals to password, and the name for username will be name equals to username less. So now you can see everything is fine. So now just copy this, Ctrl C, come to sign up, and just Ctrl V, and here will be SIGNAT, Ctrl S. Okay, then let's go to bootstrap, copy this email part and just paste this after the username, okay. So the name will be email, and yeah, don't forget to add required, okay. In this case, if someone is giving a non-entry, will be prohibited. Required, and then input required. Oh sorry, empty man, password required. Okay. So here we have to add md5 username, email, password. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are okay, so the action will be on signup.php. Okay, and the method equals to UST post as, and the name will be see, there is a method like before I used to use, like if I want to do if server request method. So before I do like equals to post. So if there is only one method, one post method, so you can use this, but here we can see we are posting different data, so I'm not using this method. Okay, and isset is my favorite method because in this we can give unique id to different forms. Okay, identity. So for now I will comment it. Let me keep this here for future help. So now we will go to signup.php, and then we have added sign up. So here what we are going to do is, okay, so first of all I'll make a variable here. Okay, so variable will be like allo. Okay, allo will be false. By default this will be false. Okay, so now when this is going to be true, I am going to say you. So for now what I am going to do is php. So if isset is post, and what we're posting, okay, isset or post is sign up. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to grab the username equals to post username. The next thing will be email equals to post email. Password equals to $_post password, and then we are going to do ins. That means we are going to insert this. Okay, insert into sign
1 o'clock a.m. 91 degrees Fahrenheit.
user email password, values are dollar username, dollar email, dollar password. Okay, So now what we're going to do is query mysql underscore query, and what we're going to do, the query will be for connection then ins. So now if $q, then what we're going to do, header, the location will be login.php. Okay, else what we are going to do is echo fail to sign up. So now I'm going to do robot, the password will be okay. So now we submit. Okay, so we have successfully submitted and we have been thrown to login page. Okay, so now for checking we have signed or not. Okay, so robot define the password. So after this video I'll make a separate video for password hashes. Okay, how to hash the password and secure our website. So now we have made successfully, we have made, like, what to say, we have successfully made our sign up system. So now what I'm going to add in this sign up system, like when we are signing into ours, where a new user is doing sign up, so this is the username. Okay, so now what, after this insert, like when this has been inserted and this, okay, so now what I'm going to do is here new user. Okay, so there will be a new user equals to, and what this new user is going to do is very simple. Okay, so for this new user we are going to do, we are going to create a table. So let's go to localhost node, come to command console. Okay, so we are just going to expand this, then we are going to edit this. Okay, and then just copy this. Okay, so Control C, then come here and just paste this here. So the create table crud sign. Okay, so I have done a mistake here. Control check. Actually, this is not for sign. id title content. So now what we are going to do is date time not null default current timestamp. Okay, so I'm going to create table for CRUD or so the table name will be the username. Okay, create table crowd dot username, the table name will be the username. Okay, so now we have created a table name. Now what we are going to create is the first thing will be our id. id will be int, and then auto increment will be enabled. Okay, so int auto increment enabled. So let me check the syntax, it is correct. Okay, so let me use this here. So the next thing will be our title. Our title will be varchar 255 not null. Okay, and the next column we are going to create will be our content. Content will be same as title varchar 255 not null. Okay, and the last one will be our id title, and then the last one is our date time data type default. Okay, so what was default? So the default will be our current timestamp, save our current time timestamp, and the last thing will be our primary key, which will be our id engine equals to inodb, engine equals to inode database. Okay, so everything is fine. So after this, engine equals to inodb. Control S dollar tabla equals to mysql query dollar connection dollar new user. So see, now every time if a new user is doing sign up, so a new table for that particular user with that username will be created. So here what I'm going to do, if $q and dollar blah, then only. Okay, so now if I come here and if I go to sign, just truncate this. Okay, so now if you come to sign, there is nothing. So we reload this, we go to sign up, and arrow here to robot, robot, fail to sign up. So fail to sign up means somewhere there is some mistake. Okay, so insert into sign, no, sorry. Okay, so create table crud username, just remove this for crud, no need to add this. Okay, and I think enter as username id int. Okay, just make this capital, int auto increment title parquet not null, content parquet not null, date time default, current time is 10. Okay, then primary key is id, of course this is correct. Primary key was id. Okay, engine was enodb, everything is correct. I think adding engine is not necessary. So now if we come here, now if we do this again, now if we check fail to sign up, fail to sign up, fail to sign up, fail to sign up. Where is the mistake? Everything is correct. Create table, username, title, let's check this. Okay, okay, so the problem is about this. So we'll create a new id, title, content, date, time, parquet, 255, 1000, current time. Okay, I haven't added auto increment. Okay, oh, I have added auto increment, sorry. Yeah, I have added auto increment, so it is fine. So just save this. Okay, so this name will be robot. So just copy this. Control C, and then delete this. Okay, so after this, just change this with username as. Okay, so now let's check. So now if you go to home, sign up. Okay, first we will delete this robot. Listen, drop this table. Okay, so now robot. Now I submit. So you can see if I reload this php+mysql, so a new table robot has been created. Okay, so now let's make a login system. So I have created sign up system successfully. Okay, so now let's go to login. Okay, so now how the login system is going to work, I am going to show you. Okay, so php. So the first thing we are going to do, we are going to do a query in our database. Okay, so how this query is going to work, like check equals to. Okay, so the first thing will be when we are doing login. First let me set action equals to login.php. After this, method equals to post, and then name equals to login. So the name is username and the name is password. Okay, so if is set $_post is login, then what we are going to do is we are simply going to drag the user name equals to $_post username and $password equals to $post password. Okay, so now what you are going to do is check select all from $username, where user equals to user equals to new username. MySQL num root if $C, what we are going to do is echo successfully sorry it will be signed, okay, successfully. So select all from sign where user equals to username, else echo fail. This is now reload this robot MySQL row. Okay, it is MySQL num row. Okay, so now if I come here, I reload this. Okay, MySQL num extra parameter want to be MySQL result string given 12 field. Okay, so I'm very sorry. So this will be bring, and in bring what we are going to do is we are going to make a query MySQL query the connection $check. So what we are going to do is robot okay, successful, that means robot exists. So if I wish to do anything else, failed, this username does not exist. So simply when this is true, what we are going to do is, for a simple overview, I'm going to do is delete if this is true. Okay, so if this is true, then select all from sign where username is equal to username and password equals to $the password. So let me check this again. Echo hello. So if I do robot, failed, and if I do robot, then hello. So if robot then no hello, what we are going to do is header LOCATION location. Okay, header location, and the location will be index.php. Okay, so before that, what we're going to do is to session username equals to username. We are going to start a session. So we are going to start a session, then session login equals to true. Okay. After this, only this will be this, and here what we are going to do, if this is false, then just copy this, Ctrl C, come to login, Ctrl V. So now let's check this out. Line 52. Now where is the mistake? Okay, so echo deep everything is fine, else header location index.php. Shit, where is the mistake, man? Line 52. How can be this mistake? It is not here. Okay. I understood the mistake, and whew, so I'm genius. Fail to sign up, not actually this will be fail to login. Fail to login. Check your username or password. You stupid dumb asshole. Okay, this will be great. So you stupid dumb asshole, fail to log in. Check your username or password. Okay, then now we come to index.php, and here what we are going to do is not here. We're going to start underscore session. After starting the session, if not is set dollar underscore session login or $_ session not equal to true, what we have to do is simply header and send this motherfucker to back to login.php. So what actually means, if this login session is not true, if this is not true, that means the user haven't logged in. Okay, so if the user is not logged in, simply you will be thrown to login page again, or you will be visited to our node. And in this, what we are going to do, if someone, oh fuck, so if someone clicks on logout, what simply we are going to do is session_start session_destroy. Okay, we are simply going to destroy the session. So now, so robot, so okay, so now if I try to go to index page, okay, so I can go to index page. I don't know how is this possible. So let me come back to index. Okay, location will be login.php. Require once. So now you can see, when I'm trying to go to the index page, I'm being thrown to the login page. Okay, so robot, and now if I log in, so you can see I am successfully going to our index page, and now if I log out, I am again going to our login page, and if I try to visit the index.php, so this throws me again back to our login page. So for now I'm stopping this video. In the next video we will make a edit functionality. We will make an edit functionality for our this node app. So yeah, one more thing, like, okay, so sorry, yeah, I have forgotten to add that, like, here now select all from node. Now this will not be node, okay, this will be our dollar underscore session username, okay. Select all from. So when I'm starting the session username equals to session, okay. So now what I'm going to do is simply I'm going to make a table equals to toggle underscore session, and here what we are going to do is, so I think the problem is solved. So now if I reload this, so line 50, okay, then while I'm logging, so the user session starts, login equals to true, session username equals to username, okay. So I'm storing this username inside my session username variable, session username, and my index session start, and table is also session username, echo, let's see, robot, and here, so robot is the table. So select all from table. Okay, so now you can see like the user is robot. Okay, so now robot is adding hello, but we are already world submitting. So something is PC. Let me check here. Robot. Okay, so the query is not done. Why so? Okay, so table and then some query. Okay, yeah, then actually here when we are sending this, so let me go to the database, and in database when we are submitting, so we are submitting this to insert into node. So actually this will not be node, this will be our, first of all let me start my session. Okay, so I think the session has been already started. So simply what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new variable called tab equals to $_session username. Okay, and here will be our $tab tab. Control S. Now if I come here and if I reload this, and now if I write hello, checking the logic. Okay, so now you can see robot has added hello checking the logic. So now I'm doing logout, and now I'm doing sign up, and now I'm making a new user Jack. Jack. So now if you go to Jack, so Jack, Jack. So see, the user is Jack, and now Jack is adding checking Jack nodes. Okay, so the Jack nodes is different. Now again I do logout and I do robot, and the robot nodes is different. Okay, so this was the logic for my node app. So this is the, I think I have seen no one has made this before. I have seen everywhere. No one have made this before. So I'm not saying one can make this, but this is my personal logic. I know there are lots of logic to make this Note app, but my best and favorite logic was this. So for now I am stopping this video. In the next video we are going to make a password hash, and after password hash we are going to add some more alerts and edit functionality. Like here is a delete functionality for this, so we are going to add edit functionality. So for now you can see the delete is not working. Let's see why. We'll go to database. Okay, so delete was also for node, so not for node. Let me make this global variable. Control B, Control S, and this will not be node, this will be tab. Control S, and now if I reload this, okay, session is started. Session had already been started. Okay, so if the session have already been started, let's delete this. Control S, then reload this. Okay, so I think we have to make personal sessions. Okay, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, and then I'll copy this Control C and I'll paste this here, Control V, and then here will be $PAD tab, Control S. Okay, so now if I delete this, so you can see this is been deleted. Checking global database, submit. Checking global database, so you can see our. Okay, so one more thing let me add to our header for the home. This will be our index.php. Okay, so now if I reload this and if I click on home, if I click on log out, if I click on home, so I can't get there. So for now this will look like echo user equals to s. So this will look like user equals to robot. Okay, so for now I will not remove this because this is very helpful to find out the user. So have a nice day, take care.